Good evening, everybody. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day. So welcome to New Deal Rising. This is my first video for my YouTube channel. Reason I created this channel is because the past 6 months have been chaotic, and I like many other good left-leaning type of people, even left of center, we're very upset that there's no opposition, that our the first 6 months of this year has been nothing but chaotic, and our opposition is mute. They haven't done anything. All they do is just grandstand. Not even grandstand. They just have platitudes and just generic talking points. They're more focused on defeating insurgent progressives or reformers than fighting for the people. And that's because a lot of the establishment just care about their corporate donors. So I just want to let you know about this channel. This channel is about talking about the state of our country, political trends, as well as economic trends, and the policies coming out of not just only in DC, but in the state level and the local level. So because those impact everyday Americans, especially if you live in red states. So I want this to be a place where I can promote candidates like running for certain special elections, running for local office. Also about what we need to do because the big beautiful bill passed, and that's going to affect a lot of working class Americans and a lot of families in a negative way. I mean, it's the biggest wealth transfer, one of the biggest wealth transfers in our lifetime. Basically, we're just taking money from the poor and giving to the rich, and a lot of good Americans are gonna get impacted in a negative way. So we can't wait till 2026. We gotta start preparing now, so we can build up. So we can not just fight for every election, but also build a future where no matter how, if you work hard and play by the rules, you can get ahead because the rules has been changed, and we need to start taking our country back, from these rich oligarchs and these corporate donors who have hijacked our system. So this is what we need to do. So as I was saying before, a lot of the establishment, they would rather capitulate, fight against progressives than fight for their own voters. That is true. So this is a recent article that I brought up saying 62% of Dem voters want Dem leadership replaced. Conversely, FDR Dems are wildly popular. Yes, it was the New Deal that built the middle class, and we need a second New Deal to rebuild from the ashes and make something greater that's going to last a lifetime. So it says FDR candidates are winning because they understand there's no magic fairyland called the center, but understands voters. That is so true. As you can see here, the center was just some '90s triangulation neoliberal nonsense. That book has been played out. We have seen the results. 2008 was a warning. Trump's election was also a warning shot, and now Trump's re-election in 2024 was the final blow. And yet we still have Dem leaders like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer who still insist on playing this neoliberal playbook. And let me tell you this, if we nominate candidates who still stick with that imaginary center attitude, we'll lose in 2028. Simple as it is, we will. So let me go down this article. It says Zohran Madani won the NYC mayoral primary by having genuine understanding of everyday issues. That is so true. And they have smeared that guy like an anti-Semite. Everything you can think out here, socialists and all. Dude, he was talking to everyday. The reason he won was he was able to resonate with everyday working people. What about Cuomo? See, the problem with Cuomo is this. The moment that his scandals came back up, people were like, oh, that guy? We really want to bring that guy? We already have an incumbent mayor who is basically who basically wants who was under an FBI investigation and who had to beg to Trump to drop the investigation. So we already have one corrupt governor, one corrupt mayor, and this Republican candidate who is a joke, by the way. I mean, let's face it, no one's going to take him seriously. And then we have Zoran Mandani, who's been smeared as everything else, and he's still leading the way. So it says that, like, currently our Democrat leaders are resistant to change and can't grasp why the base is angry. Yeah, that's because they listen to their donors. When was the last time you've seen Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer have a town hall with their constituents? Probably not since, definitely not this year. In fact, I don't even think in the past couple of years. But with their donors, yeah, hit me up. I will do anything you ask. And all they do, and to them, it's just, I mean, to them, it's like, hey, they get paid, we suffer, and we're stuck, and it's got to stop. So it says, so I'm just going to go through bits and pieces of it. It says the Democratic Party tells me what to think and feel, and they don't ask us for our thoughts. That is so true. I mean, that's why a lot of young men defected to the Republican Party, because we were telling them what to think or say rather than let people be people, let them evolve. And they don't want to, and they tell us like, oh, if you're wrong, if we don't agree with them, we're racist and all. It's like, no, that's just deflection. They don't want to do anything. And yeah, that's why they lost a lot of like conservative Dems, even like left-leaning Democrats, because they just sat home and said, yeah, I had enough of this. So yeah, so like I say, Zoran Mandani was the warning shot to all establishment Dems, saying, listen, this triangulation neoliberal strategy is over. We want a new direction. This is not even socialist what we're asking. We're asking for what the policies that Europe has. And look, the quality of life in Europe and the Scandinavian countries are a lot higher than the US. Heck, we just want FDR's second Bill of Rights. We want the New Deal for millennials and Gen Z, because my God, people who got screwed back in 2008, they still haven't recovered. And you know what's coming next? Like, I read a lot of economic reports. I have a feeling it's going to be worse than 2008. And gosh, we're going to need this. We're definitely going to need a new deal. So we need to fight real hard. That means standing up against the establishment, running in your local and state level. If you had to run as an independent or third party, go right ahead. Because you know what? We can't play footsies with the establishment Democrats anymore. It can't happen. And if you live in a red state, yes, our options are limited. So we got to work for the best candidate, because what's happening on the local and state level matters a lot. So yes, we got a lot of work cut out for us, but I actually feel pretty good. I actually feel pretty good that, a lot of the progressive insurgents, reformers, or what you like to call yourself, are going to make some serious headway, because people are sick of the establishment, they're sick of the status quo, and we're desperate for change, because what's coming in our direction, because what's working, because nothing's working out right now. The rich are getting everything, and we're being left with nothing. It doesn't have to be this way. We need to start taking action. So yeah, so this is just like a summary of my first video. I'd like to thank you all for coming here. I'll just be posting more videos, hopefully on a daily basis. Anyway, take care. Bye.